Michigan Kingpins is brought to you by the Metro Detroit USBC Association, your bowling resource. Lawrence Technological University, possible is everything. Frankenmuth Brewery and Restaurant, 150 years of tradition. Sandy Hansel and Associates, bowling is our business. Brunswick, the bowling leader. Trotside Restaurant, Northville Downs' exciting dining experience. And Turbo Bowling Accessories, driven to bowl. Now, get ready for Michigan Kingpins, Metro Detroit's all-access bowling show. Here's your host, Mark Martin.
Welcome back to Michigan Kingpins, your all-access bowling show in the bowling capital of the world. We're here at TurboTech, the premier training facility of turbo products in Chesterfield Township. You'll see a little bit more on that later on in the show. However, this month we covered 4 events. We covered the Junior Masters, the Super Senior Masters, the Women's Series, and also the Hall of Fame Banquet. I had the pleasure of covering the Junior Masters at Astro Lanes, and let's go right to the action. Well, we're here at Astro Lanes today for the Metro Detroit USBC Junior Masters. We're looking forward to a great day, great competition. We know the lane conditions are going to be tough, but we know the kids are up to the challenge. In the girls division, Kate Gladstone beat Elizabeth Ireland in the first match, 171 to 156. Well, Liz, you came up a little short in that match that time against one of your best friends. What happened?
Well, I was short 14, and I was throwing the ball 2 out, and I was throwing the ball harder than I was before in practice. I had during practice, and then throw the ball faster, and then I throw the ball out, so there was no way of coming back. But
I saw you missed a 10-pin there.
yeah,
That was kind of tough, wasn't it?
yeah, it was. Usually I make all my 10 pins, but that one just came out of the gutter, and I was like,
Yeah, well, those things happen.
yeah, it does.
In the second match, Jenna Noddle beat Kate, 181 to 141. Well, Kate, you bowled pretty well today. You qualified third in the Junior Masters, and then you went up against one of your best friends in round one. How was that?
That was pretty hard. I don't like bowling against my friends, so it was different.
What happened in the second match when you got knocked out? You looked like, did you run out of gas, or what
Yeah,
happened?
I just got tired, started making mistakes, and just couldn't recover.
And in the final match, defending champion Nicole Loomis beat Jenna Noddle 204 to 186. Nicole, she earns a spot in the Junior Gold Championships next July in Buffalo. Okay, I'm here with Jenna Noddle. She just finished her match, her championship match against the champion Nicole Loomis. And Jenna, you bowled pretty well today in qualifying, and in the last couple games kind of got a little sketchy. What happened?
I just made some errors, my arm error, but it all adds up in the end. But I'm pretty proud of how I bowled today,
Yeah, you bowled very well, and even in the championship match against Nicole, I mean, you did well.
Yeah.
She was just a little bit better, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. It was fun. I'm so proud. I'm just so happy that I did this tournament, and I got a long year ahead of me, and I'm excited.
Well, I'm here with the Metro Detroit USBC Junior Masters Girls Champion, the back-to-back winner, Nicole Loomis. Nicole, you fared very well today. You led qualifying, and in that one match, you bowled great, and congratulations.
Thank you. It's an honor to be able to win it back-to-back against all the great competition that's out here.
Too bad you can't make it a three-peat. Something about being a little bit too old?
Yeah, unfortunately this is my last year in youth bowling, so I have to move on to adults.
But again, you could, we'll call it a three-peat if you win the Queens your first year of adults. How's that sound?
Sounds like a great plan.
Now in the boys division in the stepladder finals, in the first match, Nicholas Uticon beat Trevor Makoviak 191 to 168. Well, Trevor, you had kind of a tough match there, going up against Nick. What do you think about that?
He's a pretty good bowler. I couldn't really find my shot early on. Never really found one,
You came back pretty good in qualifying to make it to this point. Your second game wasn't the best, but then you moved on from there to make the top 5.
Yeah, I was working around with a couple different balls, and I couldn't really find one in the second game, and then the third game I found one and stuck with it.
Then David Owens came up and beat Nicholas 187 to 138.
Well, Nick, you had a pretty good run today in qualifying until that final game, which knocked you down a little bit, but you did very well in match 1. Match 2 was a little bit tougher.
Yeah, I just couldn't get the ball to come back at all. It was just staying out there, and I couldn't keep my elbow in to keep it stay in.
David kept rolling by beating Joe Mazza 151 to 144.
Well, Joe, you got started off in qualifying a little slow today, but then you really picked it up and it was nice and steady the last few games.
Yeah, this pattern is actually very similar to the middle of the road pattern we bowled on the regional last year, to where it's basically you got to get in the track and keep moving left with it. And starting off was a little bit difficult because I had to find a burn spot to where my kind of roll pattern would actually get the ball to start into the pocket sooner. But eventually I got to it, and then as soon as I got my little shot, I took advantage of it, and it got me to the final. So.
Okay. Well, you had your coach here today,
Yes.
your father. Those of you out there in the Michigan Kingpins Network, if you don't recognize the last name, his dad, multi-titleist on the PBA Tour, John Mazza.
Big shoes.
Big shoes to fill. That's right. But you did well today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Finally, in the final match, David Owens beat Corey Coffey 194 to 154 for being the champion of the boys division.
I'm here with the runner-up in the Metro Detroit USBC Junior Masters Boys Division, Corey Coffey. Corey, you led qualifying, you bowled real well in qualifying, you kind of ran into a buzzsaw in the finals there.
Yeah, I had a rough start to the beginning. I was able to bounce back in qualifying, but then match play I wasn't able to do the job.
Okay, well, you'll do better next year, but you did great this year, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm here with the MD USBC Junior Masters Boys Champion, David Owens. David, you bowled very well today after a little bit of a slow start in qualifying.
Yeah, I got off to a very rough start, but picked up the pace.
Well, congratulations on that. And then you moved right through the field in match play. Tell me about those matches.
Well, I had a couple very rough matches, and I don't know, I just picked up the pace, had a couple good lucky shots.
Well, a man of few words, David Owens, the MD USBC Junior Masters Boys Champion. And congratulations, David, and we'll see you again next year.
All right, thanks.
All right, congratulations.
The 2 junior gold winners in the boys division were Joe Mazza and Nicholas Uticon. And that completes the competition in the Metro Detroit USBC Junior Masters. Junior Masters, always a great event. But now I have the pleasure of being here at TurboTech, premier training facility of Turbo products. And with me is Lou Marquez, the Director of Coaching and also a USBC Gold Coach. Welcome, Lou.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for coming.
Welcome to Michigan Kingpins. Come on, I'm glad to be here. So tell me about Turbo products, TurboTech, the relationship, and how it works in the bowling community.
Well, everybody knows Turbo products as being accessories, grips, interchangeable technology, the very best in our industry. But TurboTech is the premier USBC regional educational facility. It's the first of its type in all of coaching. It is a coaching program that we mentor not only the youth bowlers, but all the way up to professional bowlers, to the PBA stars.
And you provide bronze, silver, level 1 coaching.
Part of our initiative with USBC
right.
is the educational part, and that is taking that next leap for coaches, moving up through the bronze, silver, and gold programs of our USBC coaching program.
Okay. Well, tell me a little bit about Collegiate Expo. I mean, I'm hearing that and sounds fantastic. So tell me and the audience about that.
Our Collegiate Expo is our best, opportunity to bridge the gap between high school bowling and college bowling. It's the first of its type. It's a combine/educational event. The premier bowling product out there for high school and college bowling.
Okay. Well, wonderful. Well, Lou, thank you for having us today. It's been a pleasure. Good luck in the future. Keep up the good work with Turbo, and we appreciate everything you do.
Thank you, Mark.
Now, next up, we're going to go to Belmar Lanes and the Super Senior Masters. Right next, after this messages on Michigan Kingpins.
Owning and operating a bowling center is a unique business, and no one knows it like Sandy Hansel and Associates. We have been buying, selling, and valuing bowling centers for over 30 years. We have sold over 500 centers and valued more than 1,200 centers throughout the United States and Canada. We often assist the purchaser in securing financing, obtaining your liquor license transfers, and avoiding potential pitfalls unique to this business. Trust your next bowling center transaction to Sandy Hansel and Associates, bowling's only full-service brokers, appraisers, and financial advisors. You can find us at sandyhansel.com.
300 isn't just a number, it is our destination. Shouting at a ball will make it strike more. Nothing is as satisfying as hurling dangerously heavy spheres at stationary objects and watching X's fill the frames. You know it, we know it. So here's to the ballers, the lane dwellers, the alley cats. A new breed is rising from the lanes. We are DV8. Tonight we bowl.
Are you into bowling? Then you need to check out TurboTech. Located in Chesterfield, Michigan, just 30 miles northeast of Detroit, TurboTech is a USBC regional training facility that has something to offer bowlers of all skill levels. We also offer coaching certification courses and much, much more. So if you're looking for success, there's only one place to go: TurboTech.
As you can see, we've adopted the baby Sling.
It's good to be close to your child.
But it's good to be far from the AT&T DSL hub, because the farther you are from it, the slower your...
AT&T DSL internet speeds.
That's right.
Bill, are you okay?
Yeah, I just think we should set up base camp and then move on in the morning.
Go way faster than AT&T. Awesome is having the fastest internet, and now the fastest in-home Wi-Fi from Xfinity.
The competitors are having a great time here at Belmar Lanes in Lincoln Park, where we're getting ready to crown the 2013 Metro Detroit USBC Super Senior Masters Champion and the Super Senior Masters Champion. I'm here with Fred McLean, owner of Belmar Lanes and former Masters and Senior Masters champion and the host of today's tournament. Fred, what does it mean to host the Super Senior Masters today?
Brought back a lot of memories. In my bowling career, we bowled against a lot of people who bowled, in this tournament. And a lot of them are friends. And it's just nice to know, we're in our 60s now and we still compete against one another.
Well, besides being a host of today's event, I know you participated too, and you had a good run going up until you had to meet Ed Ostring. Why don't you tell me about that match?
It was a match of too many mistakes, and who made the less mistakes won the match.
Well, we really appreciate you being the host of this event, and I know that Metro Detroit USBC appreciates your support, and we appreciate you being on Michigan Kingpins.
Thank you very much.
The final in the Super Senior Champions of bowlers 70 years and older pitted Lenny Cianciolo from Warren against Charlie Orbecki from Taylor. Lenny started strong and kept pace. However, Charlie Orbecki had strikes in the 8th and 9th frame and held on to win with a score of 181. I'm here with Lenny Cianciolo of Warren, who just is the runner-up of the USBC Super Senior Masters. Lenny, great run in this tournament. Tell us how you did this week.
I started out very good. Shot 260 the first game. Second game, I bowled good again. I shot 220, 224, I believe. And the last game, I had problems. I left 4 10 pins. I changed my shot a little bit. I tried getting a little slower and threw back-to-back splits. And basically the match was over after that.
Well, you had a good run. We're glad to see that you came this close. Will you be back next year to try to give another run at it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm back. I'll be back every year.
Great. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
I'm here with Charlie Orbecki, the new Super Seniors champion. Charlie, how'd you bowl today?
I bowled good enough to win.
Have you ever gone this far in the Super Seniors?
No, I haven't. That's the first time I've been in it.
And what's the best finish you've ever had in the Super Seniors?
I made the cut. I was in the top 8. I don't know. I was probably 6th or 7th or something.
Okay, tell us about your run to winning this championship in that last match.
A lot of luck. And the other guy kind of had a lot of problems making 10s, and he just kind of gave me the game, I guess.
We're glad that you could be here on Michigan Kingpins, and congratulations. We look forward to seeing you next year.
All right, thank you.
The semifinal match was between Jim Sherlock and James Lauricella for the right to meet Ed Ostring in the finals. Lauricella started strong with strikes in the 4th and the 5th frames, with Sherlock keeping pace with strikes in the 6th and the 7th. But Lauricella had a 1-pin lead after 9 and struck out in the 10th to make it to the finals. I'm here with Jim Sherlock, who had his best showing in the Super Senior Masters tournament. Why don't you tell us about that first pairing that when you had to face Ed Ostring, earlier today?
Okay, after we went into undefeated, Ed had 2 victories and I had 2, and I bowled Ed. And Ed started out with the first 7 in a row. I had the first 4, and I just couldn't keep up with him. He had 258 and 230. And it was a heck of a match, and then I won a couple more, or another match after that, and then I caught Jimmy Lauricella, and he come out and shot big at me, 250, and I shoot 230 at him. 230 just wasn't big enough game today, I lost 2 games like that, but it was a great tournament. I can't say enough about Greater Detroit. They always put a fantastic tournament on. So I'll be back in February to bowl in the senior event, the 50 and over, and see what happens then.
Great. Thanks for being with us today, and congratulations on a great day.
Okay, thank you very much.
Ed Ostring went through the entire field without a loss and was ready to compete in the final and take home the title. Lauricella kept his composure and bowled consistent with strikes in the 6th and 7th and was only down 15 pins going into the 10th. He would need to strike out to push Ostring, but he got a spare and a strike. This meant Ed could win the tournament with a strike. But he spared. So this left him that he only needed 6 pins to win, and he got what he needed to take home the title and win the Super Senior Championship. I'm with Jim Lauricella from Sterling Heights, the runner-up of the USBC Super Senior Masters. Jim, great run this weekend. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, the condition was a little bit difficult. Some of the pairs were a little more scoreable than the others. But you had to make your spares today and keep the ball in play. It's pretty much what I did all week, and I had the right ball for this condition, and bowled a great match against Eddie. Eddie just bowled terrific today.
You were in the match all the way up to the 10th frame. Why don't you just tell us about that last frame and the entire match?
Well, I knew I had to strike out to force Eddie to do something. I needed to at least throw a double in the 10th frame, and it was a little bit touchy. If I got the ball a little bit too far to the right, the ball wanted to hang, so I wanted to make sure I got the ball up to the pocket, and I just left a 4-pin.
Well, congratulations on a great weekend, and we look to see you back here next year.
Okay, thanks a lot.
I'm here with Ed Ostring, the manager of the 300 Bowl and the new 2013 Metro Detroit USBC Super Seniors Masters. Ed, you didn't lose all weekend. Why don't you tell us about what happened?
Well, I got a few breaks. I had one match against Freddie that I 3 7-10s and a 2-8-10 and switched balls and made a move and struck out and got lucky enough to win that match.
Well, Jim took you down to the 10th frame, and I know you didn't pick it up on your 10th frame. He didn't make it real easy for you. Why don't you tell us what was going through your mind at the end there?
I got up in the 10th frame and I knew what I had to do, and I said, all I got to do is mark. So make a good shot. Don't pull the ball. Just stay slow. And then I left the 10 pin, and I said, come on, just concentrate on what you're doing here and make the 10 pin, and you're all set.
Well, congratulations on a great weekend, and I know it feels real good to say that you're the new champion, and we look forward to seeing you back here next year.
Thank you very much.
Come to Frankenmuth's Little Bavaria to enjoy the old world atmosphere, shopping on Main Street, and the food at the Frankenmuth Brewery and Restaurant. This historic destination is located at the north end of Main Street at the top of the hill. The brewery is known for its classic American fare with banquet facilities available. It's the only restaurant in Frankenmuth that has outdoor dining overlooking the scenic Cass River. Frankenmuth Brewery produces award-winning craft beers, ales, and root beers which can be found in your favorite restaurants and stores. Continue the family tradition and come to the Frankenmuth Brewery.
We want you. We are LTU, Lawrence Technological University, and is one of the nation's best schools for engineering, architecture, and technology. We don't want just anybody. We want students who are curious and driven, students who want to change the world through technology, science, and design. So if you believe that possible is everything, we want you at LTU.
If your birthday is near, Boleyns is the place to party. Check out Thunderbolt's Cosmic Bowling with cool light effects and great music. Bowl with your friends, have fun, and when you're done, check out Thunderbowl's new arcade. Games are free at your birthday party. That's right, play as much as you want. And with pizza and soft drinks, we have everything to make your party a smash. Check out Cosmic Bowling and Arcades at Boleyns for your next birthday party. Call 313-928-4688 for more info.
As you can see, we've adopted the baby Sling.
It's good to be close to your child.
But it's good to be far from the AT&T DSL hub, because the farther you are from it, the slower your,
AT&T DSL internet speeds.
That's right.
Bill, are you okay?
Yeah, I just think we should set up base camp and then move on in the morning.
Go way faster than AT&T. Awesome is having the fastest internet, and now the fastest in-home Wi-Fi from Xfinity.
Welcome back to Michigan Kingpins. Our next event we're going to cover is the Women's Series. We're at a new location this month. We're at Mayflower Lanes in Redford. Now let's take it out to our reporter on the scene, Mark Rottenberg. Mark, take it away.
Welcome to the third event of the Metro Detroit USBC RIP 10 Entertainment Women's Series. I'm here at Mayflower Lanes in Redford, and I'm also joined by Vicki Ingham, manager of Mayflower Lanes. Vicki, tell us, I know that this is a special year for Mayflower. Why don't you tell us a little more about that?
Well, it's our 50th anniversary, so that's really exciting for us. We've been a part of the community for a really long time, and like any business is going up and down, but we're having a great year, so it's exciting to have our 50th birthday.
Well, this is a great facility, and one of the things I want to ask you is, why is it important for bowling centers like yourself to support the Women's Series like this?
Well, any prestigious event for Metro Detroit USBC is really important to us, especially for the women, for them to showcase their talent, which we definitely saw today, so we want to be a part of that.
Thank you so much for hosting today's event.
Great.
Well, we have a lot of competition out there today. We had 30 women bowlers vying for the top 10 qualifiers. The top 10 qualifier in the third event of the Women's Series are Kimberly Sisk from Brownstown, Lisa Bishop from Belleville, Julio Chepik from Reese, Sandra Schultz from Macomb, Michelle Kearns from Lansing, Lisa Lambert from Allen Park, Robin Orlikowski from Grand Rapids, Angela Wilt from Westland, and Jennifer Kreff from Warren, and Sasha Hudick from Northville. Our play-in matches included some veteran bowlers from the Women's Series. The first match was between number 8 seed Angela Wilt and number 9 seed Jennifer Kreft. Angela started the match with a strike, but this play-in game was dominated by Kreft. She was bowling a perfect game through 5 frames and scored an impressive 268 to advance to the quarterfinals. The other play-in game was between number 7 seed and current Cup points leader Robin Orlikowski and Sasha Hudick. Both bowlers started slow and was close through 4, with Hudick hitting strikes in the 6th and 7th. But Orlikowski was more consistent throughout and won with a score of 191. Our first quarterfinal match was between Kimberly Sisk and Jennifer Kreft. This was a tight match, with Sisk winning by 3 points after 5 frames. Sisk continued to make shots without many ups and downs. That play-in match must have taken its toll on Kreft, as she was inconsistent all match, with Sisk advancing to the semifinals. Number 4 seed Sandra Schultz was facing number 5 seed Michelle Kearns. Schultz started strong and had 5 strikes in a row. Michelle could not string enough strikes together, and Schultz won the match with a score of 225. The next matchup features some of the Women's Series top bowlers in Lisa Bishop and Robin Orlikowski. Lisa was bowling a perfect game through 5 frames. Robin was keeping pace and was in striking distance after 9. But this day belonged to Bishop, who finished strong with a score of 255. And the last quarterfinal match featured last event's champion Julio Chepik taking on Lisa Lambert. Lisa started slow but finished strong, keeping the pressure on Chepik, who faded in the end, and it was Lambert advancing with a score of 219. The semifinals featured Lisa Bishop against Lisa Lambert. Both competitors started with a strike, then settled for spares. Lisa Bishop was clinging to a 2-pin lead after 5. Then things began to turn. Lisa found her groove and advanced to the finals. The other semifinal featured Kim Sisk versus Sandra Schultz. Sisk was leading by 9 pins through 5 frames, with both bowlers missing some opportunities to take control of the game. That was until the 6th, when Schultz scored 4 strikes in a row to take the lead. But she had trouble in the 10th, giving Kim a chance. but Kim could not take advantage, and Schultz advanced to her first finals of the season. So now the finals were set. Number 4 seed Sandra Schultz against number 2 seed Lisa Bishop. Both women were very focused all day, and it showed. This was the closest finals we've had in the women's series all season. Both competitors had 6 strikes through 7 frames. Bishop kept the pressure on by striking in the 9th, but Schultz came right back with strikes in the 8th and the 9th. It all came down to the 10th frame, and Bishop could not capitalize. And Sandra Schultz won the tournament with a score of 255. I'm here with Lisa Bishop of Belleville, today's runner-up in today's Women's Series event. Lisa, you get bowl better and better every event, but you seem to run into the hot bowler at the end. Tell us what happened today.
So does that mean next tournament I win? No, just kidding.
I think so.
I hope so. Well, Sandy, again, veteran, great player. I faced Robin earlier. I knew it was going to be a really good match. And then I had Sandy, so I knew it was going to be a strike fest. We both, we bowled on the harder challenging shots like this, so I knew both of us were going to be very accurate.
It was a nail biter. It was right down to the end. I know that you showed everybody here just a great match, and you keep getting better and better every week. So we appreciate you being on, and we look forward to seeing you at the next event.
We appreciate you coming out. Thank you.
I'm here with Sandra Schultz of Macomb, and today's winner of the Women's Series event. Sandra, great bowling today. Why don't you tell us what happened today?
For me, the lanes played very similar to the last tournament. They were very tight. I was pointing it up very straight. I started with the ball I used at the last tournament, realized that I wasn't going to get very far with it, and took a chance and pulled the ball out of my bag that I really didn't think was going to work. It opened up the lane for me just a little bit and gave me a little bit more room, and by the time the lanes opened up at the end, it was a really good shot for me.
Tell us about that last match with Lisa Bishop. I mean, you guys were going back and forth, strike after strike. Tell us about the pressure about that match.
Lisa is a very tough competitor, and I knew going in it was going to be a very tough match. I tried to stay very focused on my own game like I did all day. I had 2 key points I was trying to work on. I didn't want to worry about what she was doing. I had no idea. I mean, I knew it was a high-scoring match. I mean, it was very obvious from the quickness of her game, coming off after a strike and the applauding. But I really just tried to work on what I was doing, and I did. I was happy with the way I stayed focused on my own game and not worried. You can't affect the next person's score, other person's score. You have to only focus on yourself.
There you have it. Today's winner, Sandra Schultz of Macomb. Now, after 3 events, the Women's Series Cup standings have Robin Orlikowski of Grand Rapids in first place, Sandra Schultz of Macomb in second, Lisa Bishop from Belleville in third place, and Julio Chepik from Reese in fourth place. The next Women's Series event is January 12th at Shelby Lanes in Utica.
The next event we're going to cover is the biggest event of the year. Huge celebration, the Detroit Bowling Hall of Fame Banquet. This year we were at DeCarlo's. We have 6 inductees and 3 award winners. This year's Hall of Fame Banquet had 6 honorees: Cynthia Patterson, Angela Wilt, Eddie Grace III, Carol Schemmers, Leonard Cianciolo, and the late Bill Schrock Sr. We also had 3 special award winners. The Thomas McKay Award was Sharon Shildroth. The Judge Watts Award was Michael DeRusi. And the George Privola Industry Award was Joe Zania. It was a very emotional night with some very good speeches by all the inductees. We look forward to next year for another class of the Hall of Fame. Well, that's all the time we have this month on Michigan Kingpins. 4 events this show. Next show, we're going to have 4 more. We're going to have the Queens from Astro Lanes. We're going to have the 500 Club from Wonderland Lanes, the Youth Tournament from Sunnybrook Lanes, and the Michigan Majors Championship from Cherry Hill. We'll see you again next time on Michigan Kingpins, your all-access bowling show in the bowling capital of the world.
Michigan Kingpins is brought to you by the Metro Detroit USBC Association, your bowling resource. Lawrence Technological University, possible is everything. Frankenmuth Brewery and Restaurant, 150 years of tradition. Sandy Hansel and Associates, bowling is our business. Brunswick, the bowling leader. Trotside Restaurant, Northville Downs' exciting dining experience. And Turbo Bowling Accessories, driven to bowl.